purpose of today is to launch our research report, Getting Things Changed, to network and to get disabled people together with policymakers, practitioners, everybody who's interested in change for disabled people. So when we're talking about making changes to the way things get done, that could be in universities, it could be in hospitals, everywhere.
Events like this really bring people together to really learn from each other and give a sense of action and hope where sometimes that can feel in short supply.
There is a gap between policy and practice, between the law and practice.
Does the equality gap make a difference? It alternates mainly between green and yellow.
They tick the boxes, but when it comes to the crunch and you review what they have actually done, they've done all.
So I became a disabled person after a car accident. I feel that for the last few years we've really come to a standstill in terms of making progress for disabled people. It's easy to look at someone like me in a wheelchair and go, okay, so physical access is necessary. But so often access is about the way we communicate, the way we look for people's input.
The Care Act is the first statutory guidance which specifically uses the words co-production in its text, but it's not a statutory duty to do it. It's an inclusive approach resulting in better information, better informed people using services and bringing their own perspectives and experience.
As far as I'm concerned, if this is co-production, then you damn well listen and take things on board. I'm sorry, but if you really want to co-produce, then you're going to have to give up 50% of your power.
The problem with the hard of hearing people, they start to become isolated and withdrawn from society, from family, from everything.
A lot of people in this room actually have a lived experience of disability. We have people working in local authorities and CCG, so they're already involved in commissioning, and it's important for them to hear disabled people's perspectives on co-production.
People being asked for their opinions, but then not even taking notice of the answers.
We get descriptions of service users having to fit in with rules and conditions that are really uncomfortable.
The biggest issue we came across was a conflict of interest and how a facilitator is actually employed.
Co-production can cost a bit more money at the beginning, but if it then results in outcomes that are right for everyone, in the long term that's a good investment.
I think what's exciting about the research is that it's covered very new areas and areas that don't often get a hearing, like learning disabled people and personal assistance, all sorts of really exciting things. As you can tell from today, all the buzz that's around, it's fantastic.
My area of interest is the process of going into hospital and what happens while you're in hospital, because you're equally entitled to have that medical treatment, but then there's got to be certain things that you need.
They also find her difficult to understand, so tended to avoid her. Don't just to complain about getting care.
We're interested in looking at the gap between what should be in place, but also how hospitals are actually providing reasonable adjustments in practice.
We can't do anything about it because John hasn't complained directly to us.
So I need time to talk.
It's just having words sometimes to express things, and I think thinking about anticipatory reasonable adjustments.
Changes don't have to cost lots of money. For example, a purple wristband scheme for disabled patients or those that were flagged as having an additional need. I thought that was a fantastic idea, and it doesn't single anyone out.
Dementia is something that we've all possibly can get.
Workshop, we're going to focus on some of the training materials that we've created with Sandy and with Roy, based on the research that we've done. If you could get into small groups, and there's a couple of questions that we have for you. With R. Beginning with R.
Rhubarb! I said that.
He singled it out, and he should have asked the whole group.
Yeah, maybe he could have said, so any of you haven't answered a question yet.
The quizmaster had an opportunity to actually say, okay, great, okay, any others? Yeah. And you would have changed the dynamic right then.
I have
early onset dementia, and hopefully people are going to be able to understand dementia just a little bit more.
You are the TV audience for the Getting Things Changed chat show today. So we're lucky enough to welcome actress Beth Richard to talk about her research into how much learning disabilities are represented on television.
I've noticed on some programmes there's people with physical disabilities on there. Then I ask myself, where is the people with learning disabilities? Lots of people said the barriers are jargon, so they need help and support. Getting on TV as well as learning scripts and on the day as well.
The whole audition process just isn't accessible. Typically they want you the next day.
Isn't there also something in it about non-disabled actors getting the roles of disabled people as well?
I find that annoying, really frustrating. Thank you.
There need to be more systemic changes rather than just tiny bits of areas that improve, but just because someone happens to have done the work.
We need allies, we need people to really be committed to asking themselves some tough questions about whether they're really doing enough.
The one thing I want people to come away from today is that together we are powerful and we can bring about change.
What is good for a disabled person is quite often simply a better, more inclusive society for everyone.